Jack, thank you for being the first onto SteamYard and setting this up.
Much
Oh,
obliged.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Let's see here. I'm assuming you hear all my background noise. Where's that button you said that we have the audio, that noise cancellation?
I already hit it for you.
Does it work for every? Oh, it went up and down. That's interesting. Mic volume is changing.
Yeah, I'd fill in with that too.
Oh, well, what? Hi.
Hi.
Let's see. If I turn it auto, oh, no, you keep stop messing with it.
You were too loud.
Okay, that's
It
fine.
was a
As
little
long as it's you adjust, that's cool then.
It's not the machine, unless I'm the machine.
Ooh.
We're all gears in the machine, man.
Oh, we're getting existential.
Oh, is that the kind of night it's gonna be? We have one watcher. Who are you?
I gotta duck off for a second and put the cat out of the. Are you done?
You got a duck?
No, the cat.
She's got to duck out with the duck.
The cat has a duck?
The cat's a duck.
God. I have not had enough to drink for this. Okay, yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I gotta go grab my drink here in a minute. It's in the freezer.
We're not doing that shot again anymore. He isn't. He's like it's making me crazy.
I mean, can't blame the shot. It's working.
I know. No, it's nice to see him.
Making happy.
Yeah, well, and he's already lost 2 pounds over the last year, so this should help him lose more. But he's also, a little obnoxious right now.
Maybe the vet can give you one too.
Hey.
I want one. That sounds awesome.
I mean, it does sound pretty awesome.
That's what the Simzia was for, but now I'm switching to Cosentix, so we'll see what happens. Trying something new. So, shots for everybody.
Shot.
And if you want to try it with your elderly pets, it's called Solensia, Solensia. Give it to them about every 6 to 8 weeks, and it limbers them up.
Ooh.
So, it works, though. He's happier.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
It'll drive you crazy.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, I mean, we have little footstools all over the house because his joints, and he has trouble jumping up and down. So this is making it better. He's old and he's fat. Much like me, he's old and he's fat.
They have medicine for being old and fat?
Yes.
Why isn't this available to everybody?
It's for cats and dogs. Sorry. All right, we good? We all here and awake and got all of our settings adjusted now?
Maybe. We'll see. Let's see here. Can this work? Oh, it works. Sort of. Must have cut my hat off, though.
It is, oh! There's Kitty. Sup, Kitty?
Kitty! Oh, did you put up a background, Jack?
I did. No. This is my library.
Shut up.
Behold my stuff.
I hate you.
Oh.
I don't like those backgrounds though when people use them because when you move too much, it looks like you're apparating and disapparating all over the place.
Yeah,
especially if someone comes behind you.
I could actually be actively apparating or have an apparating problem, like a disease, and you're just pointing it out.
It's very disturbing.
It is disturbing for the person who's halfway apparating all the time.
Shut up.
You need a proper green screen. I have to assume it would work better, but
it would work a
who
little
has
better.
that?
I mean,
I don't have the justification for dropping one completely. Like, it's $60-$70 for this stuff. And I'm like,
$60-$70?
I just need a green piece of fabric, but the green piece of fabric has gotten expensive because people use it for green screens.
I mean, I was like, green felt shouldn't cost you that much at Joann Fabrics.
Yeah, but you have a cat. You understand felt. Felt won't work. Belt will work once, and then it's just be like, well, can't do that anymore.
So get a sheet and dye it green.
8 o'clock. Ready to go?
8:01 actually, but yes. Go for it.
That's not the right button. That's the end broadcast. Don't want that.
No.
Don't hit that one.
Texas Steampunk Connection coming to you live from various parts of Texas in our bunkers and airships and whatnot. I am Flavio as usual, and with me as always is Thax, the gentleman adventurer, and Jack from Steam Chest. And we have Master Bluestocking. Say hello, guys.
Hey!
So once again, we are here to talk, probably about steampunk, most likely, because that's what this is about. Thank you for listening to the Texas Steampunk Connection.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
You've reached the Texas Steampunk Connection. Again, it's Tuesday night, and we're ready to roll. Well, it is Tuesday night.
Ready to kind of slouch across the ground, all sweaty and
rained on.
We're here.
That's so not fair. You're getting rain.
No, I'm not. We get to smell it. It smells of petrichor outside, but we don't actually get the rain.
We're on the very edge.
The very edge of it. I was wondering about that when I was looking at the
storm there.
Yeah, I was looking at the forecast. I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna. And did we just lose Jack?
Get back here.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to turn the background off. I don't know how. The buttons have moved.
So yeah, I've seen headlines saying the Austin heat wave 45 days is finally broken. I'm like, yeah, but it's going back to
our lowest
tomorrow.
Temperature hit 95 today.
But you know what? That's still beautiful, and I would happily accept that right now.
Yeah.
Because we had that for 3 days last week, and it was perfect. It was so nice.
How dare you complain?
No, the temperature went down to the 90s for 3 days.
Oh,
yeah, and it was beautiful. It was perfect. Yeah.
It may be cooler here, but like all my windows are fogged up.
Yeah, I mean you'll have that. Yeah.
Stop breathing so heavily. You'll be okay.
Yeah. So this is the end of days. Mm-hmm. We've got fires right now in Canada and Greece.
The hurricanes in California.
Earthquakes in California, along
and
with
hurricanes.
Flooding.
Yeah, the hurricanes.
The entire east coast of China is underwater, and not just because of the torrential rains, but the government decided to open some dams to flood the neighboring cities around Beijing to protect the city. The casualties are, one can only guess.
Yeah,
I haven't actually heard about this, so I'll have to go look that up.
But the world is going crazy.
The apocalypse is pretty well nigh at this point, I think. So,
But the stores have started getting the Halloween stuff in. So
yes, they have.
Good. It is so cool to see Halloween stuff in August.
Yeah.
I have pictures of Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's has aisles. I didn't realize I could go there and shop for.
Yeah,
actually,
I don't go to
what looks
Buc-ee's,
like fairly quality Halloween decor. It's not chintzy. You're paying out the nose for it, but it doesn't look chintzy.
Yeah, no, everybody's got their Halloween stuff out. I have a West Elm credit card because that's where I got my couch last year, and so I on their email list, and yeah, they've already put out their Halloween. Everybody's putting out their Halloween stuff already. So
we as a society decided that Halloween needed to happen earlier, and you know what? This is when businesses listened, consumerism listened, capitalism prevails.
I've started getting reminders from Facebook of, hey, you remember last year when you posted all this Halloween stuff today? Okay. So apparently this is when it all starts coming out.
Yeah.
I started touring the stores last weekend. Spirit Halloween has opened up and started putting their stuff out.
Michael's usually has good stuff. Michael's always has good Halloween stuff. Joanne does too. Yeah.
They're loaded. Joanne is still... only speaking about where I am, but Joanne's had like half their stuff out.
Okay, because they usually have like 3 or 4 up here. The one that we have up here has usually 3 or 4 good sized aisles full of stuff. So
you guys still go out and shop? I haven't left the house in 5 years.
For Halloween stuff? Yeah. No, I like to wander up and down. For the seasonal stuff, yeah, I like to wander up and down the aisles. And I mean,
I would love to.
Catalogs, and I'll order it, but like my little witches. But no, I just like to, especially in Michael's, because they have that whole section that's always the different seasonal stuff. And I just like to walk in there and just, that's why I have like 50 billion throw pillows, because of Michael's.
No, Michael's has some awesome throw pillows. Like, I understand my mom's infatuation with throw pillows after going, after seeing quality throw pillows. My child has a throw pillow on his bed that is the Minecraft construction block.
Nice.
Where you go build all the stuff at.
You need to send me wherever you got that, because Matt has reignited his Minecraft obsession. Amazon.
Go look up Amazon and type in Amazon pillows, or not Amazon, like Minecraft pillows.
Yeah,
and one should pop up going a little square pillow, and it's the wood workstation. I can't come up with
I will go look for it. Yeah, I need new Halloween pillows anyway, because I took a bunch of them up to my office to put in my chairs up there. So I need new ones for the house.
Kitty says that Halloween is the second most spent on holiday of the year behind Christmas.
Yeah, I can see it.
Come on, people. We need to up our game.
Well, here's what's impressive. Here is what's impressive. Second most expensive holiday, and people don't buy each other presents. What are they spending all this money on?
Decorations, costumes.
Is it those 12-foot skeletons that you can buy at Home Depot?
Yes.
There's not enough of those in the world to justify that cost yet.
Costumes, candy.
Is the United States military buying these to deploy?
Maybe.
Drop them from Black Hawk helicopters.
We're buying ourselves presents.
Yes, we're buying ourselves presents. Well, and I mean, like, I buy for trick or treating. I'll have we've talked about this before. I'll have a thing with canned wine for the grown-ups. So I'll buy like about a dozen, 2 dozen cans of wine for the grown-ups, and I'll tell them, hey, I've got treats for the adults too. And most of the time I end up with maybe 3 cans left, because they go. And I have bottled water too, in case anybody wants that. But yeah, the canned wine there was last year, the year before, where I could hear her crack it open as she's walking down my walkway to leave. Like, damn. So yeah, canned wine, super appreciated. And it's cheap. You can get it at Target, not very much.
I need to find this canned wine you speak of. Does it have like a pop cap on it? Like something from like World War I, II, like emergency can?
Like a soda.
It's like a soda, babe.
So Bluestocking, you know what you need? You know what you need? I figured it out. You need a bandolier of these things for your costume. Just grenade bandolier.
They won't let me into Steampunk November with that. They wouldn't make any money off of booze.
No.
With as much money as I spend on booze out there, they're not going to let me in with my own. Come on.
You have to rename it. You obviously
smuggle
can't
it in just like everybody else.
What you do is you put it where these are. You have to come up with some sort of librarian joke for these, but it's just like truth bombs or something.
I'm a librarian in Texas. I think that's all the.
So each one of those can be a condensed book of that's been I don't know. There's a way to work this where this could be like banned books or something. Condensed banned books, or maybe. What you have to do what you have to do. Emergency librarian upper or something. Deal with it.
Well, see what
Kitty, you stole it right out of my mouth. The 12-foot skeleton now has a ghost, a big plastic phantom with blinky lights.
Seriously?
Yep. And last year there was a second 12-foot skeleton with a pumpkin head.
Okay. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one I want. I
keep
love
talking.
That
I gotta help people real quick.
Okay.
And Lowe's has their own 12-foot skeleton.
Yeah.
This is funny. So there is at least one Facebook group for the Home Depot 12-foot skeleton. Yeah. And if you have a Lowe's 12-foot skeleton, they'll kick you out of that group.
Oh my God. Yeah, the 12-foot skeleton kind of came out of nowhere and just really captured hearts all over the country.
There's at least 2 of them in my neighborhood that are up all year long.
Yeah, my sister-in-law, I think they weren't fast enough to get the 12-foot skeleton, so they got like a box of the 6-foot, like six-foot skeletons that they have scattered around their house instead. But my favorite is still the video of the guy with the 12 in the Mini driving his 12-foot skeleton home, and he's got the skeleton strapped to the top of the Mini with bungee cords on its back.
I now have seen like one of those. What do they call that? Ground breaker, where the skeleton's like coming out of the ground.
Seriously?
So it's just like from the torso up, and he's already 6 feet tall.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah, and not one of those inflatable bullshit things.
Yeah,
that's
one. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna because we do our display every year in the yard, and we add to it every year. Because last year we had the witches that are dragging the pieces of the skeleton with the axe, and then we had the fire pit set up with the cauldron in it. And last year we got bones, like loose bones, to put all around the cauldron. And nice. Matt had it like rigged with lights, so it looked like it was on fire. Yeah. So yeah, we get a little more elaborate with it every year. So yeah.
So I've seen Joanne's. They've got all their Halloween stuff marked down to 40%. Because they're already marked down all the time.
Yeah, it's Joanne. It's true.
But that puts their, and it's about 4.5, 5 foot skeleton. Their quote unquote full size skeletons are $60, which is $30 less than you're going to find anywhere else for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I could have like the witches dragging the skeleton pieces across the lawn and some like full skeletons back there in the back, like belly crawling across the yard. The witches, maybe? I don't know. I'm going to have to think about this. Launch a rescue operation. Oh, now I have ideas.
A lot of people, goths, I guess, but I count myself amongst them, I guess, because I shop for home decorations, indoor decorations for all year during Halloween.
Me too. I still have all my, I don't take it down.
And home goods for interior,
I saw your
high quality decorations. They're the place to go if you have one of those in your town.
We actually do. We just got one a few years ago. So, and it's in the same shopping center with Michael's. So I might just have to go.
So home goods, huh?
Yeah,
I need home goods Thax.
Michael's, a home goods, and a Tuesday morning right there in the
Tuesday
same
morning is fantastic.
Tuesday morning always has good stuff. Yeah,
they're gone now. They moved.
We
out
have
of
some
that
up here.
space.
Oh, you don't have? Yeah, we have. We don't have one here in Denton, I don't think, but there's like one in Plano. There's a couple in Plano. Yeah, but yeah, no, I used to go there with my mom every morning. Or every weekend. It was awesome. They always had great stuff. So,
nice.
Yeah, but yeah, my Halloween, I take out most of the stuff I take out of the yard after Halloween's over. I still have some like all around my door. I still have the witch's lair and all of that stuff. But yeah, in my house, we keep it up all the time. We don't. Yeah, there's a witch hat behind my witch's hat is hanging up behind me. Actually, yeah, I finally cleaned my spare room, so I don't have to sit at the dinner table anymore to do this. So, yeah, it's much more.
I noticed we don't have the shelving behind you suddenly. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. No, my witch's kitchen is no longer visible now. I'm in the guest room, so it's much more comfortable in here. That was just a bonus with the house. That was when we moved in. That was, because the house is from the 50s, and so it just had that weird little inset cabinet with the glass panel. And Matt was like, "Ooh, you can put all your witchy stuff in there." I'm like, "Yes, I can." And so now he's gonna have to build me one when we get a house of our own.
Nice.
But yeah, no,
we'll build you a witch's cabinet. I'm sure. That just makes sense.
I'm very excited about Halloween.
I see you guys drinking, and I'm jealous.
Well, you just need to drink.
What, you weren't drinking?
When we get to the drinking part of the conversation.
I just have my usual apothic this time because I ordered from Walgreens and they don't have anything fancy. So
you ordered from Walgreens.
I've
never ordered.
Yeah.
I ordered prescriptions from Walgreens. I didn't realize I could get prescription alcohol from Walgreens.
Instacart goes to Walgreens as well. And so they will bring me wine and bring Matt his Loca Mochas and some snacks and the supplements that we need because we are old people.
So get me my supplements and booze.
Yes.
I need my Centrum Silver.
Going to Walgreens is an absolute nightmare anymore. It's always just...
I would never go to Walgreens unless I was forced to get like prescription drugs. Like I don't even...
Yeah, we used to go up there all the time. Actually, what we used
and
to
Walgreens are terrible. There's like nothing.
I don't
know. Walgreens to go to the
somehow. Well, no, they used to be fun though. Like Eckerd's used to be a wonder. Like I don't know.
Oh my God, Eckerd's! I forgot about that. Right? Matt and I used to have a thing when one of us had to run to Walgreens. You know, we always ask, "Do you need anything?" as we're leaving the door, and we'd always be like, "Find me the weirdest thing you can for $5."
Well, it's like when they were first just booming everywhere. They were cool to go to. Now they're just kind of this.
Yeah, but
they've moved into that they're moving into the kind of the sad territory though now.
Try to find the weirdest thing you can for $5 and bring it home for your loved one.
Not that much in there for $5 anymore. It's like not.
I
even
got a
phone
Panama.
chargers.
He brought me home a Panama straw hat. It's like a weird hat. Yeah, socks. Yeah, we always come some with weird stuff. I've got a Jack Skellington in a Santa Claus outfit that he brought home one time.
$5.
He got like half an aisle of as seen on TV. You need that.
They have a half an aisle of just junk that they're trying to get rid of constantly. Yeah. But also, that's part of the fun. You're trying to find the weirdest thing you can for no more than $5. That's part of the scavenger hunt.
Why isn't this part of our usual show then?
Bring the weirdest thing you found at Walgreens.
Once a month, we should do that. We should have the weirdest thing you have found this month for like $5.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, that's an October thing. Let's make that the October bill.
Is that what we're going to do in October?
Yeah, October. Hey, look, Johnny just arrived in time.
At a pharmacy, or can I go anywhere?
Just like CVS, Walgreens. Well, I mean, we need to limit it because that's part of the fun.
Anything you find for $5, and
anywhere
you buy it now, anywhere. It doesn't matter where, just anywhere. If you find it for $5, you think it's creative and interesting or weird enough to be on our show in October, we'll do that for an episode.
I'm down.
Duly noted.
Okay,
Jack, what are you drinking?
Oh, what are you drinking, Jack? Hey, Johnny.
It's all Johnny's fault. Johnny.
No. Wait, are Rita and Lawrence still gallivanting around the British
Apparently
Isles?
they are, because
I hope so.
I mean, it's
I
true.
thought they were only going to be. Yeah. That's a long holiday.
I mean, it is a little bit of a long holiday, but could you imagine being anywhere else right now?
I mean, can you imagine what the weather is like there right now? Oh, it's got to be perfect.
You have to wear a
beautifully balmy.
Yeah. Got to be. I've been in England at this time of year, and it was beautiful.
Me too. Like
Scotland.
Well, okay. I was on the island at this time of year, and it was so beautiful. All right, Jack, what are you drinking?
Oh, I'm drinking what Rita and Lawrence told us we need to be drinking, and
which is
Chupacabra.
I have the memory. Wait, what?
Chupacabra.
Beer?
Yes. So it is a barrel-aged stout with spiced rum, soaked oak, cinnamon, nutmeg, brown sugar, and coconut.
That's a fall beer.
Interestingly enough,
I don't know about the coconut, but
I don't really taste the nutmeg, oddly enough. So it doesn't have that kind of fall flavor like I was expecting.
Okay.
It is exceedingly full flavored though. Like it is it is thick. Like I can see it like slowly move as I look in the barrel. Thank you.
I think
almost like molasses.
I like the thick ones.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I can almost chew this one, but it is really good. It tastes like one of the best chocolate beers I've ever had. Really.
Cool.
Honestly. Yeah.
Good.
And it's not a chocolate. But 903 Brewers brings out this wonderful piece of yeah. So it's always going to be good from 903.
Man, we got to go back there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and this time I will try to be there.
Okay.
Jack hasn't been either. You guys, we got to make a plan.
I thought he was up there with you.
No.
No, I didn't make it.
Eric and I went, and Lawrence and Rita and Kitty and Mitchell came, and a friend of Lawrence and Rita's who I don't recall meeting before, but he was cool. We just hung out and tried all of their stouts. They're all thick and bold and gorgeous.
Well, y'all all need to come here and go to Harvest House.
That's true.
When is that?
Huh?
What
Harvest House?
Oh, wait. No. Wait, okay. I'm confused because
Harvest
a lot's
House
happened in the last 2 months of my life. So
Harvest House is the beer garden that I go to that I want to take y'all to.
Yeah.
So
it's where I've been writing my dissertation.
So I've learned apparently my office is supposed to be an IT company that works with companies that we manage. However, in the last week, we moved a company that just signed on with us, and I had to put in 128 drops in a building, wire it all back through the drop ceiling stopped at 12 feet. So we were up on like the tippy top of a 12-foot ladder trying to be in a roof that's 100 degrees or more. running this cable and then run it down run it down walls and then make it a wall outlet and make all the connections and everything. My fingers hurt still.
So sorry.
But no, it's work. It's whatever. But
I know. But still...
the interesting thing is we don't normally do that for customers. However, apparently it's becoming another thing because we just had another business sign on in Dallas somewhere. So we might be doing the same thing with them in the near future. So, yeah, we may have to make a family trip.
Come visit.
Yes.
Yep.
And I'll give you guys appraised of that time frame.
All right, Thax is sniffing his beer. What do you have?
Yeah, what are you drinking, Thax?
Okay, nothing.
He's making a show over there.
He's like,
but I've been wanting to try this for a long time. And then I saw this video that apparently this is popular in Germany, among other places. And I know that Germans do not. They're serious about their beers. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. There's like 50 different beers per little town in Germany.
So I got a Lone Star.
Okay.
Very simple. No surprises there.
We lost Bluestocking.
I've got
a cola.
A cola.
Wait, not even a branded cola.
Well, considering what I'm about to do, what I'm doing with it, I have mixed beer and cola.
Oh.
Now I've heard that this is popular summer drink, not only in Germany.
Okay, I don't know what that was, but y'all just went away for like a minute.
Yeah, you're back. You're back now. You went away. You lost internet.
Yeah, our internet's been cycling in and out. Sorry.
Let me catch you up on what Thax's brilliance is bringing here. Apparently, Germany has a thing, and he's going to show us this thing. He took a beer, a Lone Star beer.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, stay with me here. He took his beer. He poured it into the mug he's got here, right?
My favorite
mug.
Then
he took a non-branded Coke and poured it in there with it.
What do you mean not like cola?
Show him. Show her this thing. I don't even know where you get that. Best choice?
That's store brand. Yeah, it's store brand. What did you pour that into your beer?
I happen to be at the Mexican grocery near my house.
Okay, so a Mexican grocer cola.
Into
guaranteed to have lead.
It's a Lone Star.
I'm joking.
I'm just trying to figure out why.
Apparently, it's pretty common everywhere, but in the United States.
To pour Coke into your beer?
Beer and Coke, summer drink. The kids love it.
Well, tell us how it is.
Okay, I never tried this before. I'm a little afraid, but here we go. I can pick out all the different notes. The beer is there, but it's much more. It's diluted, obviously. It's got a sweetness, and because the cola isn't as forward, I'm getting like cinnamon notes from it. Yeah, I can see why people drink this. It's low alcohol. I'm sure it's probably 2%, 2.5. And it's it's okay. It's not as fizzy as a cola would have been. Sort of, the CO2 gets knocked out of the mixing. But, okay, yeah.
So I guess the question is this going to be entertaining for us to watch you drink for the next 30 minutes?
As he struggles through it.
It would be more entertaining if I hated it, I guess.
I mean, I've had a Michelada, but that's like...
Yeah, Micheladas are interesting.
Those are excellent, especially when it's really hot. They're so good.
Oh, yeah. I made Micheladas at home.
Oh, so good. So good. Yeah, I'd never had one until one of my advisors ordered one while we were working on an episode, and yeah, it was super tasty. Especially if they put all the garnishes in
suddenly you have an entire episode dedicated to them, right?
No.
The
maybe
librarians
in the blooper reel, because there will be a blooper reel. Apparently, she's trying to get me to put one together, but I don't have the time.
That should be your last episode. When everything's turned in, you just play one more.
Yeah, Well, what I'm going to do, because I have 10 official episodes left, and then the 2 after that will be about the defense, and then after that, I'm going to do 2 more, which are going to be the bloopers and all the stuff that I couldn't put in the actual dissertation, because it won't matter after that. So
yeah.
So yeah, no, we're going to do. Yeah, there's going to be a total of 20 episodes when this whole thing is done. So
okay,
yeah,
well,
we're getting there.
Are you still looking for voice actors?
Yes, actually, because the episode I'm writing right now is I'm gonna need 8 people.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna hijack Thax for this. We're both able to do it, so therefore you only got to find 6.
I mean,
if you want us again,
we're willing.
I know you've already used us once.
No, there are some people that I use. Selena, my friend Selena, she gets used a lot because that woman should do audiobooks because she is amazing. But no, I'm going to put out a call again on Facebook and build up a little list of whoever wants to do it. So, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, that because it's I'm doing the next 2 sets of books. I've did 2 of them already for the first theme. I'm going to do 2 of them for this theme, and then they'll all be combined for the last. So yeah, I need 8 different people to read for me for the next episode.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, it's going to be about libraries as state authority. So yeah,
Ooh.
They're going to be all authoritarian and, so.
Will there be whips in order with that?
Maybe.
It reminds me that I saw an article. Xi Jinping has decided to rewrite all of Chinese history for teaching students in Chinese high schools and stuff.
Kind of like America is trying to do with
so very
DeSantis, Florida.
The same. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have you heard that? I can't remember which call it is. Florida, actually, it might be. I can't remember the university in Florida that they've completely decided that they've completely erased and deleted the multicultural gender studies major, which is interesting because nobody is forced to major in gender studies. It is a choice. And yet they still.
Isn't that like
this
a
is not a
psychology
requirement.
class?
Huh?
Isn't it like
Gender
a psychology class?
Gender studies is a major. It's a major.
Well, yeah, but I mean, isn't it a psychology major? Or is it a biology?
No, it's a major all on its own. I mean, it falls under humanities.
Oh, that makes sense.
At my school, at my school, it falls under arts and sciences, the College of Arts and Sciences. But my school actually
so much fall under arts and sciences.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of humanities is kind of but TWU, I don't know if they're going to keep requiring it for much longer, but TWU has always required a gender. Well, it was gender studies, and then they changed it to multicultural women's and gender studies. It's one class. It was a required course for everybody that was getting a bachelor's degree there. Not a big deal. 1 semester, no big deal. But now with everything that's happening, they might have to get rid of it. So I don't know. We already have to scrap our DEI initiatives, which is just bonkers. But, that's another. Yeah, working for a university in Texas has gotten very exciting in a way that I did not anticipate and did not want. I wanted to be a librarian.
You'd be the last bastion of knowledge,
I know.
No, you can't take these books away.
We thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you for your service.
I just wanted to be a librarian.
The other day that was like different aisles of a library, and one was like science, and the books are so full, and then one was like arts, the books are full, and one says like it had like 3 or 4 more, and then it was like books allowed by the parents, and it's like 3 books on this like aisle that goes on for goes on to nowhere.
Yep. So it is what it is.
You can't remove everything. Your child's gonna have to learn something someday.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I don't know. I know TWU wasn't happy about the thing that happened that we talked about last time. They still have never said anything about it. This is something they did not want to do, and
they were forced to because the government said so.
Because we get money.
What?
I mean,
that's where you get your money, and you just got to deal.
Which, like I said, that's why I'm wondering if that class requirement is going to go away because of all this stuff that's happening.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Well, put it this way: at least it was that, and not a good old book burning in front of the library.
Give it time.
I know.
I don't know. I feel like
we'll
Texas
have a parade
has
around
things
it,
like the grid.
It'll be like people holding flags, and it's going to look like a scene out of Indiana Jones with the wonderful fanfare.
And I'm going to be I'm going to be live streaming to y'all like, oh my God, help me!
From the window that's out looking over the yeah.
All right, so
yeah. Speaking of libraries, have you seen like on the social medias the promotion for the Libby app? It's like don't give your money to Spotify. Download Libby and get your streaming books for free.
Yeah, the library. Well, part of the libraries get charged an unbelievable amount for ebooks. It should be criminal what libraries have to pay for ebooks. It's bonkers. Really? Yeah, no, it's horrible. It is horrible because it doesn't work the way people think it does, where it's not unlimited. A library pays for a certain amount of copies of an ebook. Yeah, so you can't like have 20 people reading the same ebook at the same time, and the price is ridiculous, and it's licensed. They have to keep re-upping these things. The same thing happens with our library because we have some e-textbooks, and we have to
it's the same way with
electronic
textbooks.
resources are bonkers. It's just
they can get away with it because you used to pay $100 for this book. Now you're just paying $60 for a key that you can use only once. You can't share this book, so they're making even 100. Oh, 100? Yeah.
Oh no,
Lex is just re-upping for classes. She's getting back into
my math textbook was over 100. Yeah, it's bonkers. I mean, I'm glad that we have these resources. It made college much easier, but
and then there was those $400 books you had to get for accounting that you had to use for 2 years, and I thought that was a bargain because I got to use it for 2 years. And then what's funny about this is because tax law changed, and this was from November to January, because that's when all major changes to any type of tax code happens at freaking December 31st at midnight, because they can't make a decision up until literally the minute of the next year. And so they're all like, we stayed up till midnight coming up making these decisions. I'm like, oh, boo-hoo, you get to work 2 weeks out of the year and you make like $50 billion.
That's how it works. Yeah,
I'm sorry, I just didn't mean to get political. But anyway,
I know. I try not to. I try to not.
So
save that for my own stuff.
Is what you're saying here? This Libby app, which I downloaded, is just another way to soak the library system?
No, I mean I think there's, like I said, there's a disconnect that people don't. Which is, I mean, if you're not like in the middle of it, you don't necessarily get that. Ebooks are not cheaper than print books. Okay. And I think that's the disconnect for a lot of people, that they think ebooks are going to be cheaper, or that the library can just give, have as many as they want.
They have a copy and they give as many as they want. They're just renting it out. Yeah,
it doesn't work. You've got to look at it as you're checking out an audiobook. Essentially, it's kind of the same thing, where you look at the ebook as you're checking out a print copy. There's only a certain amount. They can only license a certain amount. But no, Libby is just another source to read your ebooks. That's all.
Okay. Now, with that said,
most libraries used Overdrive, but I think there was something wrong with Overdrive. I can't remember what, because I don't work for a public library. My library doesn't use those. Yeah, mine runs a little differently. Yeah, ours runs a little differently. But public libraries, I think there was a problem with Overdrive, because that's what a lot of them used to use. And then, but Libby is, I think we have Libby in our library, but I can't remember. I don't deal with those resources, so I'm.
It's not your department.
No, I mean, I deal with faculty publications, so yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's just another e-reader. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, it was advertising. Now it's not their advertisement. It's just somebody reposting about like, what do they call it? I want to call it books on tape, but there's no tape anymore. It's
it's audiobooks.
But I can't find any audiobooks on Libby.
So there is other ways you can do that. I have a friend or coworker that if you go to your local library, they usually have a way to hook you up, where they have, like she said, licensed copies you can get on an app that usually feeds through them.
Yeah, you just gotta talk to them.
Yeah,
just talk to your librarian.
That's actually something I want to do, because for $10 for a subscription a year, that's what he's being charged for it through his library. He can get all sorts of audiobooks.
Yeah.
Through the library. And why? So here's my thing on it. I'd rather not pay Audible if I don't have to sometimes.
Yeah, I just kind of caved and.
Well, here's the thing: with Audible,
easy.
you do technically own it,
but if something happens,
every
it's
month.
Gone. Yeah,
but yeah, it's gone.
I know.
And
I
being
know.
the internet pirate that some of us might be, I can
It's all
probably get
ephemeral.
around that, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's all ephemeral. I know, but yeah, there's a disconnect because most people wouldn't know about how library funding and purchasing works. I mean, you wouldn't expect anybody to. I didn't until I started doing this, and yeah, libraries get. Trying to think of a non-vulgar way to put this. Libraries get bent over a lot by publishers.
Shafted. Yeah, there's a word for
Yes. Audiobooks, ebooks, print books. It's bad. And they want to provide the best services they can for their patrons. But yeah, the ebooks especially, it is just bananas. And like I said, even for us at the academic library, textbooks, e-textbooks, it's bonkers. It's crazy.
No, e-textbooks to me, I think, are just literally criminal.
But journals are the same way. The thing that I work with,
that's true.
Yeah, the things that I work with, the journals. One of the journals that I was, our library didn't have, and I needed a journal of post-colonial studies. Was $700 a year for a digital subscription.
So, what's funny about some of that is I actually contacted a couple of scientists that wrote a paper on a certain subject that I wanted to know more about, and they gave it to me free.
Yes,
I didn't have to pay to go around the place where it was published. And I think a lot of people don't realize that can be a thing.
That is why
the paywall does not help them any.
That's why I'm doing my dissertation on this, because people who write those papers don't get paid for them. The peer reviewers don't get paid for it. The journals get paid. So yes, if
people who host them online get paid.
If you want something and it's behind a paywall, just email the author, and I guarantee
they can't not put the author.
99% of the time, they will send it to you. I had one send me a full book in PDF. Yeah, they will, because they're not getting anything out of it either. I mean, they get this
and they want people to read their stuff.
Yeah,
they wrote it, and there's names all over it, and they're not getting paid for it, and they know they're not getting paid for it, but they want the information to get out there because that's what they're doing. They're trying to make the world a better place.
So that's my entire job, is dealing with that.
Oh, well.
No, I do not mind.
Once you're published, I guess that's one of the goals as the writer of these articles. Once it's published in these papers, I mean, you still own it, right?
No.
You don't own it? And you didn't get paid for it?
No, the copyright is owned by the journal. Well, okay. If you're doing it through Taylor, one of the big...
Also depends on who paid for the... for the knowledge to go through.
Well, not necessarily. Even if the college funded it, if you publish it in one of the big 5 journals, they own the copyright. Unless you publish open access and it specifically says copyright authors. No, the journal.
Or it wasn't a company that owned it at the end of it either.
Well, because that's why I brought up in this last episode, I brought up one of the faculty members I was working with. He had an article that he wrote in 1992. And so it's not been digitized. I emailed the journal and said, hey, can we, deposit? He can make a scan for me. Can we deposit this? They're like, oh, you can only do the post print. The post print is what's done that you send back to the journal with all the corrections. Most authors don't have the post print for articles they wrote last year. He is not going to have a post print for an article he wrote 30 years ago. So that article's gone. It's never going to be on the internet. Ever. It's gone. It's a dead reference. Yeah.
The fact that exists is a word in our language right now.
What?
Dead reference.
Yeah.
The fact that we have the ability to host the entirety of human knowledge, and our bureaucracy is yet again ruining the fact that there is knowledge out there that's been done. There has been science that has been had. There's been research that has been done, and we're going to have to redo it later because some person couldn't get... because of that.
Episode 6, Anxiety in the Archives. It just came out this weekend, and that's what I talk about. The whole thing is about that. About stuff that nobody can get to because it's behind a paywall or it just hasn't been digitized, but the journals won't let us put it out there. And I found out that, yes, they do. Some of the big publishers do have bots that crawl through university repositories looking to make sure that there's nothing that's been posted that's copyrighted. So,
funny enough about that.
I just went through 745 faculty publications in our repository to make sure there was nothing there that shouldn't be there. And there was a few things. Yeah.
If you want to hide that stuff, there's a way to do it.
I'm just saying it's a weird gatekeepy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I
dumb.
like where you're going with that, Jack. I like it very much.
This
as
is
an
why
as an IT professional, there's a way to keep those little spider crawlers from getting in there.
Yeah, but this is a university system, and I
actually,
dude, do not get me fired. Let me work around the system, and
we'll
the best
take this
way that I can.
offline and
there's this thing called a USB stick. It's wonderful. It's a really low.
I'm just saying, if you find an article,
low tech
a
device.
reference, and because I had to do this with the paper I wrote a few years ago, it wasn't anywhere online, so I just emailed the author. I'm like, I'm writing this paper about Michael Moorcock and Warlord of the Air, and you wrote this, and I can't find it. He's like, here you go. Can I read your paper when you're done?
Exactly.
So excited.
No, that is awesome if you can get that. That in itself.
Academics want people to read their stuff. Is what I'm saying.
So
the journals make it hard.
Actually, with that said, that gives me an idea. Is there anything that keeps someone like you and us, all three of us, doing a thing where if you do find something like that and there's no other reference online and there's no legal reason why we couldn't talk about it ourselves or go over it ourselves on another channel?
What do you mean?
On a YouTube channel? All right, so if we set up a YouTube channel that's just basically lost knowledge or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is something like that. What would there be any type of legal recourse? No.
I mean, talking about it depends. I mean, if you're talking about you're reading a whole damn paper, I mean,
heavily reading a paper. Let's just say we're not giving the 3-paragraph summation. We're going deep into it or something like that.
No, I mean,
we run it through ChatGPT, and now it's not the original work, and we throw it out there.
Oh yeah, that can be done. I mean, honestly, I'm
that's just lazy easy.
There's all sorts of ways to get around things. And like I said, that's why I always encourage my scholars, if there's something that you need, encourage my students to just email the author because they want their stuff to be read. And the authors have open access journals have people think bad things about them. They think they're not legitimate. They're bad. They're predatory, whatever. So they publish in the big journals because they have to, because if you want tenure, you have to be published. That's just how it works. You have to have citations. You have to show that people are reading your work. So you have to do it in the big journals because people like the dude that have been pooping on in my podcast, Jeffrey Beal. He doesn't like open access, and he thinks he thinks open access should never even be considered for tenure. That if someone publishes in an open access journal, they shouldn't be considered for tenure, or that they shouldn't be allowed to count that.
Wow, straight up, huh? Yep. Just thrown out.
Yeah,
because
I just wanted to go back to school. I didn't expect to turn this into a crusade, but here we are.
No, actually,
I just wanted a degree.
To say that every time I go back or help someone go through college or I get into it, we had to go on a crusade for our own reasons to get Lex back in college, and it's terrible the financial stuff we have to go through.
Yeah, it sucks.
And yeah, and it doesn't matter. The more we learn, and I'm actually tutoring a gentleman as well in his master's degree, and the crusade we're going through with all of that noise, and
it's bonkers.
I don't know. Yeah,
here
we are. We'll have crusade. We'll travel.
Yep. Well, if she needs any help with anything, just send her over to me. I'll do my best.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm good at finding articles and books where nobody else can. So
Bluestocking says she'll help you with anything you need help on.
As far as books and articles and things like that.
She's Bluestocking. Do my homework.
No.
Oh no.
I can barely do my own. Yeah, no, it's just, and I know we ran off the rails, and this has nothing to do with steampunk, but it's just.
I disagree. I think this has everything to do with steampunk because steampunk is a literary genre, and that's why I wanted to talk about Libby, and I like where this is going.
It sucks because, and the problem is, especially with, again, that dude that I've been dealing with, because a lot of his complaints have to do with journals that are coming out of the global south.
Mm-hmm.
The global south?
India.
The global south.
North Africa, South Africa, the global south. Places that are not the Western world.
Florida.
Okay.
Yeah. The global north is the Western world. That's the global Europe, America.
It starts right here at the Austin line and just moves east across the globe, right below the
anything
parallel.
Anything that doesn't come out of a Western country, it's what he has a problem with, and he considers them to be bad just because their English on the site, their site might be a little off.
Oh, yeah. They don't know proper HTML because they haven't been updated to the newest.
Oh, well, no, and I talk about in this last episode. Some of his, and I've been reading his stuff more in depth lately. He compares open access to colonialism.
Oh,
he says that it's open access trying to colonize scholarly publisher or traditional publishing. Yeah, when I read that.
Yes, exactly right.
It's exactly the opposite.
Which is why I said that a middle-aged white male librarian just compared a movement to disseminate knowledge to everyone as colonialism. Yes. Yeah, it was gross. And he also compared some universities have mandates where they ask their scholars, hey, if you've published something, could you also deposit a version into our repository? Doesn't matter which version, published, preprint, postprint, whatever, just something. He's called that tantamount to academic slavery.
So you're telling me that if I decided to make an underground library, that I could piss this guy off?
Oh, only if he knew about it. I mean,
how could we not
let him know of it? Because he'll be able to have access to it like everybody else.
My greatest wish is that he will find out about my podcast and he will write a nasty article about me before I get to the conclusion.
And then suddenly you're going to be
that
big.
Will be like goals, man. That will be like winning right there.
So what do we have to do to push this?
It will be ugly, and it will be an ad hominem attack full of the way I talk and the way I look, and it won't he'll be
straight up just be like, hey, look at this. There's this girl named Bluestocking making fun of me online, and it's terrible.
I want it.
I
want it so bad. I will frame it. I will print it and frame it and hang it up on my wall.
Oh no, I understand. I understand.
I keep checking Twitter to see if he's blocked me yet. Because I mentioned
you have a Twitter feed. Nice.
Yeah, I know, because I mentioned in the episode that we went through that script with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that there's nothing that I can be sued for. We were very, very, very careful about what I said, and so I do mention that everything I know about him I got from his articles in his Twitter feed. So that's why I've been checking Twitter to see if he blocks me.
So what you do is you start a new Twitter account. You consistently link yourself to him saying, hey, have you seen this?
That's why I've been trying to think of a surreptitious way, but there's no way that it could happen, that it would not come back to me.
3 or 4 fake accounts that you have running for a couple of months. Just say, hey, this person's making fun of you. You should look into this.
It needs to be totally organic. And I know
that's organic.
But
I'll do it for you. That would be considered
organic. The chances
organic.
of him finding out are not terrible. I know the man has to search his own name on the internet constantly. He's one of those people.
I agree. There's no need to make a bunch of sock puppets to make this happen.
Yeah. If he really cares, he'll find it. But I mean, he's the man that defends Lauren Boebert constantly on Twitter. He's white knighting Lauren Boebert just constantly. Yeah. And he's also one of those pedants that likes to correct people's grammar. If someone forgets an apostrophe, they do a Y-O-U-R instead of Y-O-U-R-E. He'll correct them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Apparently, I'm third world over here because I forgot the Oxford comma.
It makes me bonkers. So I let loose with as many barrels as I could with the last episode but like I said, we were real careful. We made sure that there was nothing in there that's, I tried to be I used his own words.
Yeah. Don't do that. You don't use a man's own words against him.
I use his own words. They're damning. Hey, you know what? He wants to compare things. He wants to bring up George Soros and all of this. One of the biggest anti-Semitic dog whistles you can bring up in anything. Yeah. I'm going to call it out.
Let him bury himself. That's the way to do it.
So,
a man can bury himself in his own words faster than anybody else can.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah. The world of academic publishing is bloodier than people might think.
Interesting.
It is. It's weird. And I did not know any of this when all of it started. I thought I was going to be a public librarian. And then I started working at the university library. And
suddenly you didn't realize your strategic command for an underground librarian movement. Working
and here we
to undermine the government against, knowledge walls.
Life is weird.
Yep.
Especially when people don't want everyone to have open and accessible information. I don't know. So,
I mean, don't we live in the future? This is supposed to be that sci-fi future we were talking about in the 90s where...
Like Fahrenheit 451? I mean, there's book burning in the future.
I mean, I will admit that I have
sci-fi
not read that book, and I have not watched the movie, and I feel terrible saying this out loud, but
I read the book in high school. It was a long time ago. I know there was a that HBO or Cinemax, one of them did a new movie a few years ago with Michael B. Jordan, I think. Yeah, so there's a newer. Oh, and also we ran off the rails here, but did y'all? I don't know how I didn't know about Around the World in 80 Days with David Tennant. Did y'all know about that?
Recent,
talk about that?
It's
2021.
What? Well, that's recent.
Yeah, recent.
Well, I didn't know.
Recent.
I didn't know.
COVID really messed up a lot of things. So like,
it's wonderful. I've watched the first 5 episodes. It's so good.
Really?
Oh my god! It is. Yes, I mean it's obviously it's an adaptation. It's not like super faithful, but it's David Tennant as Phileas Fogg.
David Tennant. That's all you got to say. To a lot of people, it's David Tennant. I will admit, awesome. I don't know him as a doctor. I just know him as a couple other people.
Yeah. I first knew him as the doctor.
From what's that?
Phineas
Fogg in Around the World in 80 Days was a very boring, stuffy, stupid character.
I remember. I've read it.
This needs to be developed.
Yes, so it is so exciting.
It was a great short story that needed more information.
It's
I'm happy to hear that someone took it.
Yeah, it's really good. It was a BBC production, but I did the 7-day Amazon trial for PBS because that's how our Amazon was showing it. So I guess it was shown on PBS at some point. But yeah, 8 episodes. I've watched the first 5, but they introduced a female character. She's Letitia Fix. She's a journalist who's traveling with him, and then he's got his valet Passepartout, and they're traveling around. And it's so good. It is funny and it's sharp, and the scenery is gorgeous. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so highly recommend. I mean, like I said,
you mean to tell me you're paying for public broadcasting television through Amazon?
Yes, because
that should be free.
Yeah, probably, but again, not a perfect world, and it's just easier that way.
We just keep coming back to this, don't we?
Staying a steampunk is kind of hard in this current world. It really is.
Speaking of Fahrenheit 451 and audiobooks you can get for free. YouTube, it's got it.
That's how Matt does. My husband does a lot of them. He'll listen to audiobooks through YouTube. Yeah, if he can't find it there, then he'll go to Audible. But yeah, he does a lot of them that way.
If it's an older book and well known, probably going to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or if it's not well known, it's probably going to be on there too.
Also, podcasts. There's audio. There's books that have been done as podcast episodes. Yeah, like Frankenstein. I think a whole bunch of them.
There's a way to get around a lot of stuff.
Well, if it's public domain, then anybody can.
Well, public domain, yes, but like straight up, if you read some stuff that's fairly niche, like MechWarrior books, I'm going to say that's fairly niche. A lot of them are on there too because there's just some guy reading it, but he's using like the sound effects from the games.
Oh, that's cool.
So like, it is fantastic reading these books with the sound effects from the games. But so I'm like, this is. Like, there's no way you're not going to find it. And obviously one day might get taken down. But one of the comments on one of the videos was, I'm the author of this book, and I completely think this is the best rendition.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Authors love their stuff being found.
People
online.
Want their stuff to be read. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and like I said, that's why it kills me with academia and the way that for-profit journals are, because these people just want their stuff to be read. Because especially with science moves so fast.
Yeah.
And if you're not, if you're in North Africa or India or wherever, and you're a scientist and you need access to this work and you can't get it because your university can't pay for it.
Yeah, that's dumb.
You're left in the dust.
Literally.
You can't read it. You have to wait. Maybe it'll be released after 2 years as available access, but maybe not. But even by then, the science has moved on.
Yeah. Like, it makes no sense. Here we are, specifically, Africa is the next developing continent. No one realizes, like, everyone sees Africa on the map, and they don't realize Africa is actually a lot bigger than that map shows.
Yep.
And it is the next 100 years will be the development of that entire continent, and all of its resources will be brought to the world. It's going to be a very big and new and huge change.
Yeah. But they need access just like everybody else. So.
And Google's been bringing in blimps, which I think is the coolest thing, is airships bringing internet to people.
Yes.
And trying to keep the local warlords from having internet, which is an interesting fight to think about.
Yeah.
And so that's been a very interesting thing to be reading about for the last 10 years of my life. Like, warfare against what? What is this? Isn't even something that was like foreseen in any type of sci-fi. We're fighting warlords with the internet to keep them from getting on the internet.
No, I mean, I can see it, but no, it's weird. It's a weird world that I immersed myself in, and I didn't see it coming. I
didn't have a choice of when I was born either. Let me tell you.
No, I mean, like I said, when I started college, I wanted to be a public librarian, and now I'm creating.
You thought you were going to be like a Miss Frizzle kind of character. You didn't realize you were going to be so combat oriented towards your towards your foe. Weaponized books. Ooh, you monster.
Books are knowledge weaponized.
When you start handing out little pamphlets and books to kids when you walk by them and you notice their parents are like a certain way. Yeah.
Take them to Steampunk November. Speaking of which, dates are finally up for Steampunk November. Very excited.
I think I've seen people already buying tickets.
Yeah, I need to go in and get ours because Shannon she checked and she does have Emery that weekend. So yes, we will. I'll be out there. Yep. So,
we do need to get that kind of planned.
Emery wants to start working on her costume now, please.
Okay. So just so you know,
to do it. All the Halloween stuff is here.
She got too tall for the dress. The thing that she was wearing at the Galveston Steampunk Festival, that little dress. I think she's too tall for it already.
Oh, Cody shot up like 5 inches. He's freaking tall now. Yeah.
Got to get her something else. So we're gonna do some thrift storing to find some stuff for the festival and get her all decked out. So
well, with that said, are you guys going to drive down, or are you all going to stay in our hotel room
for Steampunk November?
Yeah.
No, I mean it's not that far. It's like an hour and a half away from us. So
you should have a hotel room.
I will talk to Mr. Davis and see what he wants to do.
We'll also talk after one of these calls and make some plans and whatnot, and then we'll hopefully everyone who's listening to this will see us there at Steampunk November, because we will definitely be there.
Yes, we will definitely be there. Just not sure of the details yet, and I kind of need a new outfit, so I have to figure that out. What? I need a new outfit.
I mean, okay, but geez, your last one's pretty good. You just keep adding to it.
Yeah, but everybody's seen it.
How Victorian of you.
My trunk full of Worth dresses that you can't wear for at least 2 years, because that would be vulgar.
I'm sorry, I just got off a job. I have to continue. I just stole a train. I can't change clothes.
The corset that I got from Kitty is still fine, but I need,
You need to buy another one from Kitty, because she just got back.
I know.
From Vietnam.
So actually, I keep trying to make a date with Kitty, and I'm always too busy, and so... She's up here. I should be seeing her more than I do, and I haven't seen her at all this year. So.
My brother-in-law is about to try the beer and Coke thing.
Ugh. I still don't know
about
that.
Let's hold our breath.
I'm just waiting for him to spit it out.
Just spittle hits him in the face. Yeah.
Just for fun.
But honestly, what do you think?
Coffee beer is better.
Coffee beer is better.
Well, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
But the fact is that this is a contender is a big weirdo for me.
It's interesting. I've never heard
next
of
time
that,
when Thax tries splitting it with Sprite.
It's like I said, this is going to become Thax's weird beer corner.
Hey! This is not.
Dude, did that come from his toes? Wow, that was impressive.
Kudos, sir. We applaud you.
Well, every fall and winter, I bring out the hot Dr. Pepper.
Even I don't burp like that, and I burp pretty good.
Well, we have reached 9 o'clock.
We have, and it was me bitching for half an hour about.
I've really enjoyed this.
Listen to the angry librarian as on our channel.
Underground librarian stuff. I think that's super cool. In fact, I've been sitting on this novella that somebody wrote back in the deep dark recesses of history that she has given me permission to share, but I've just been sitting on it because I'm not really sure in what context I should share it.
Okay.
But I'm going to push it out on Patreon tonight or tomorrow. It's called Airships and Angels.
Okay.
It was an awesome story that it was part of her senior project.
Okay.
For 2 nights, you would go down to UT in this little sitting room where they would serve tea and read you the novel.
Oh wow! Okay.
Oh wow!
And with illustrations and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. But I mean, just on its own, it is a great little story. And I will. I'm going to put it on Patreon for all our patrons to check out. If you'd like to become a patron, we'd very much appreciate it.
Yes, we will.
And among other tidbits, you'll get to get a copy of this novel in PDF.
Cool.
Very cool.
Since you guys mentioned writers want to be read, I guess I better get it out there. It's not. Yeah. It's not published, and she's just happy to have people have it. So spread this thing around.
Cool.
I think that's great.
Let's do it.
All right, now I'm going to tell you all about our patrons and who's keeping the lights on here. Texas Steampunk Connection is supported in part by J.R. Seegers, A School for the Great Game. Edwardian teen Elizabeth Bancroft resents being sent to a finishing school in India. The college is, in fact, the British India School for Spies, teaching the family business of martial arts and espionage and the mystic arts of Tibet. School for the Great Game is the first Steampunk Raj series available on Amazon. I believe they have their second novel out now, too. We're also supported by Fair Treasures. Fair Treasures has a selection of Texas-made female-presenting costumes and accessories for steampunk and Renaissance wear, one-of-a-kind imported jewelry. You can shop Fair Treasures at fairtreasures.com. That's fair with an E. Or on Etsy. Kitty just came back from Thailand, where she gets her materials. And,
so awesome.
So that had to be a great trip. So she should be ready to have her team of seamsters making your next costume. We also want to thank our individual patrons, Jenny and Ryan Shaver out there helping us out, and the certified aeronaut Natalie McTavish, and a generous grant from the crew of the Airship Hot Dog, Rita and Adam.
Hello, the Airship Hot Dog.
And we missed them again. They were gone for the second time.
And I know. I assume they are still out there.
They'll bring us good pictures and wonderful stories of beer and alcohol.
And, cooler weather. Bring it back with you, please.
Yes.
Is there anything else?
Duffel. Just take it on the plane with you. It's fine. It'll clear customs.
Anything else to add? Well, okay. I'm going to hand it over to Flavio to take us out.
So, once again, thank you for listening. You can find us again on Facebook at Texas Steampunk Connection for any comments, questions, suggestions. If you know of something happening steampunk that's happening soon, we can put it on our calendar, on our Patreon, as well as the list of over 100 comics and graphic novels, steampunk and Weird West related.
You can also email us at texassteampunkconnection@gmail.com. And we're a streaming podcast, texassteampunkconnection.podbean.com.
And if you lose it on Facebook and you want to watch a rerun of this show at any point in time on YouTube, you can go find them on Steam Chest.
And although we've made many, many jokes about Twitter, you can look for us at TX Steam Connect 1 on Twitter.
I never use it. I never look at it. I don't know. I don't understand Twitter. Once again, thank you very much. And until next time, mind your gauges.
There's a story. Because there's always a story. There has to be a story.
you know, and I'm talking about libraries, so I can't not tell a story because they mean too much to me.
Libraries are filled with an infinity of stories, and a fair few stories have been written about libraries. These fictional stories often focus on the mysteries that libraries and archives have hidden away, and only a select few are allowed to access these mysteries. The same can be said of real-world academic libraries, where only the privileged few can access the research they need. Examining and analyzing fiction that has been written about libraries and archives can help us to confront the anxieties that surround real-world institutions. My name is Elizabeth Hedrick, and this is just what I'll be doing this year on Anxiety in the Archives, my podcast dissertation. Over the course of the show, we'll discuss social and cultural anxieties around libraries and archives, and we'll learn some truths about access and privilege. We'll also take a deeper look at how traditional academic writing is changing and evolving, and what this means for students, and for the brave advisors who are taking this journey with them.
It's going to swallow all of us before the end of it. I know it is.
Well, we're not going to let it swallow you, but if it has to lick you, we might.
Release the Kraken!
So join me on February 26th, 2023, for Anxiety in the Archives, my podcast dissertation.
It is so good.